Thank you very much, my brother. And let me start by expressing my profound sense of gratitude to the Agence ECOFIN for the effective collaboration that we have had with the ECOWAS Bank for Investment and Development over the years. We really appreciate your partnership and the various strategic discussions that we have had in the past and we continue to have. So once again, thank you for coming over. We believe that this session will be very strategic, will be very, very useful and valuable, not only to the bank, but also to the general public. So coming back to your first question regarding the performance of 2024 in terms of financing economic impact, let me say that your bank, the ECOWAS Bank for Investment and Development, actually has performed remarkably well during the past year, that's 2024. The bank picked up from where it left off in 2023. Projects approved increased by about 5.6% to UA for 85 million, which is approximately $645 million US. In terms of loan disbursement, we increased our portfolio by 15.8% to 358.40 million UA, which is equivalent of about 476.48 million US. It also introduced to know that in terms of profitability, we increased profit by 13% to 6.43 million UA, that is unit of accounts, which is equivalent of about 9 million US. So you agree with me that in terms of performance, the bank performed very well in 2024. And I would also want to even inform you that in 2025, the performance will actually be doubled. So far, if you look at the June management accounts, you realize that in 2025, the bank is likely to double its performance as against 2024. As we are very much aware, the global economic architecture remains very unpredictable. It is crucial to adopt the posture of uncertainty and recurring shocks in projections. We are aware of COVID-19, which actually took place 2020 and 2022, the Russia-Ukraine war 2022, and the tariff war in 2025. All these events affected the interest rate on the global market, which increased the cost of borrowing for the bank. In 2024, specifically, interest rate did not decline as expected, so the cost of borrowing remained high. The key lesson is to continue to assume high interest rate posture in 2025 while controlling business costs overall. The bank will seek to maintain private sector leadership in project financing while keeping in step with sovereign borrowers to help finance critical infrastructure development. Remember that the world is heading towards ESG, that is environment, social and governance financing, in accordance with SDGs. So as a bank, we have now secured GCF accreditation for green financing. The European Investment Bank provided an amount of 100 million euros to the bank to finance ESG related projects. EBID has also issued its first green, social and sustainable development bond on the human market in July 2024, raising 70 billion ZOF, and we are also working assiduously to secure new green financing in 2025. Firstly, as a development finance institution, the bank will continue to prioritize development financing, for example, helping to eliminate poverty rather than being overly fixated on profitability. The bank seeks to attain investor grade rating with a view to mobilizing competitive resources to foster its development financing agenda. The bank will also improve governance, open regional offices, and enhance visibility. And I'm happy to note that with regard to the regional office, we are just about to open that of Côte d'Ivoire, which is almost completed. And tentatively, we have faced November 2025 to formally open our Côte d'Ivoire's branch. As we are very much aware, the bank has two windows, the private sector and the public sector. And with regard to public sector, we actually extend lines of credit to our governments, the sovereigns, the states who are our shareholders, to actually support their infrastructure agenda. Now, in terms of the private sector, the bank has titled its financing in favor of the private sector over the past 5 years since I took over as president of the bank. In that regard, the bank supports private sector entities through direct and indirect financing. Indirect financing through local commercial banks in the SME financing approach. What we do is that we try to actually extend lines of credit to the commercial banks in our various countries for all lending to the SMEs and the beneficiaries who are actually on the ground in these countries. It is important for us to also partner with these commercial banks so that it will be easier for them to collect the money from these borrowers. Remember that where we are in Lomé, operating in 50 countries, it will be extremely difficult for us to reach out to these borrowers and know their individual businesses. So as a strategy, we reach out to the commercial banks, which in turn on lend also to these beneficiaries. And so far, it has been very, very effective and very efficient. So basically, we have three instruments. One is the equity options, where we actually directly invest in some of these companies. The idea is to boost their financial resources, improve governance, so that they'll be able to be more effective and efficient in their service delivery. And then number two is the loans, that is including long-term loans, medium-term and short-term loans. When I talk about medium-term loans, we're talking about 3 to 4 years. Short-term loans, we are talking about 1 to 3 years. And the long-term loans, it can be after 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, or even 20 years. And so that is the second instrument. The third option that we actually intervene in our financing scheme is the guarantees to clients. For example, in trade finance, you want to actually involve in trade. You want to export, you want to import goods to a sub-region. We as a bank offer the guarantee to clients and actually to enable them to actually undertake some of these businesses. So these are the three options: the equity option, the loans, and the guarantees to clients. So let me take from 2022, let me say maybe 3 years back. So in 2022, our total investments was around $268 million US. And in 2023, we actually invested $273.84 million US. And 2024, we also invested almost $330 million US. In 2025, even as at the end of July 2025, we had almost invested $400 million. So this year, which is 2025, our target is to invest $500 million US across all the sectors of the economies of West Africa. The bank is financing 2 cocoa and cashew processing factories in Côte d'Ivoire in the amount of $46.93 million US. And is also on the verge of financing 93.96 million meat processing factory in Côte d'Ivoire. Again, the bank is also involved in the Belia Agro-Industrial Pool project, Dupai Belia project in Côte d'Ivoire, among other projects in the amount of $22.94 million US. In effect, the focus has been on agro-processing, but the bank is open to financing exciting projects in the area of non-agricultural based commodity processing. Now let me say something. You see, if we keep on exporting our agricultural primary products, maybe taking West Africa as a whole, you realize that we wouldn't make any impact. And that's what we have been doing over the years. And that affects our foreign exchange earnings. What we need to do as a region, and what the bank, for which the bank is very much concerned, is to actually process some of these agricultural primary products. In other words, we must actually transform these into high manufactured products which have high income elasticity on the world market. And that is what has engaged the attention of the bank. We believe that the way forward for West Africa, indeed, is to transform our products, our commodities, into manufactured products which have high income elasticity on the world market, so that we don't just continue to export all this which give us less value. We need to add value to our products. And as a bank, we are poised, we are committed to ensuring that this is achieved. And that is why you see that we have actually invested a lot in the industrialization, because we believe that the way forward for West Africa is industrialization. Well, thank you very much. So the bank's footprint in the energy transition and sustainability space is growing with consistent project approvals, commitments, and disbursements. For example, in 2022, the bank's disbursement to energy transition and sustainability projects amounted to approximately 16%, increasing to about 18.1% in 2023, and declining marginally to 17.6% in 2024. Even though the actual amount disbursed was higher than in 2023. This shows the attention the bank pays to sustainability issues. In terms of the third strategy is the Green Climate Fund accreditation, which you mentioned.
Yeah.
EBID has worked diligently to secure accreditation from the Green Climate Fund. This accreditation achieved in early 2025 enhances the bank's ability to finance climate resilient development projects across the sub-region. Again, another strategy is securing an ESG themed facility. In 2024, as I mentioned earlier, the bank secured 100 million euros ESG themed facility from the European Investment Bank. This facility supports climate action and environmental sustainability projects in the ECOWAS region. Now, in terms of the issuance of green, social, and sustainable development bonds, EBID issued its first green, social, and sustainable development bond on the human market in July 2024, raising 70 billion. This bond issuance marked a significant milestone as it was the first of its kind by a development finance institution in the region. The above steps which I've mentioned clearly demonstrate EBID's commitment to integrating sustainability into its financial operations, and its proactive approach to securing international green funds. Moreover, by aligning its strategic plan with global sustainability goals, establishing a robust ESG framework, achieving GCF accreditation, securing significant funding from international partners, and pioneering green bond issuances, the bank is well positioned to support sustainable development in the region and in Africa. We have done a number of projects, we have funded a number of projects in the region, and permit me just to quote a few of them. One, we actually financed solar photovoltaic system to power 750 communities in the Republic of Benin. We also did the rural electrification project using solar photovoltaic system in 250 localities in Niger. Again, we have the 50 megawatts photovoltaic power plant also in Sierra Leone. And the rural electrification project using solar photovoltaic system in 50 villages in the Dosu, Taoua, and Telaberi regions, all in Niger. And we have also done a project concerning installation of 1,000 solar pumping and water treatment units in the Republic of Cote d'Ivoire. So these are some of the projects we have done in terms of financing, green financing, and in terms of energy. And I think so far these projects have contributed significantly to the economic progress and activities of these countries. Yes, we have made significant strides in this area as part of our strategy. The bank has been considering expanding its shareholder base to include non-regional investors in order to strengthen its capacity to mobilize resources and enhance its presence on the world's financial market. How far have you got with this process? The bank, in discussion with 2 DFIs, have yielded positive result. We are talking about AFDB and we are talking about BADIA. The truth of the matter is that we are just about to conclude our discussion with AFDB, and the BADIA, we have also actually advanced our conversation with them in regard to this very, very important strategic objective. Thus, we believe if this project materialize, will unlock non-regional membership, boosting the bank's credit rating and capital, and also enabling it to continue to mobilize competitive resources to finance more competitive projects and transformative projects in the region. I'm happy to note that by the end of this year, there is every indication that we would have signed these agreements with these partners, and that these transactions or this strategy would have been actually concluded. Fortunately, we have had very good working relationship, very cordial relationship with these AES countries. As we speak now, our relationship with the Republic of Mali has been strengthened, and that of Burkina, and even that of Niger. As we speak now, we don't have any problem with them. The Council of Ministers has actually recommended that we should continue to do business with them, because remember that we have ongoing projects in these countries. Some of them we have made some partial disbursement. Some of them we need to complete disbursement in order for them to complete the projects. It means that if we don't do further disbursement, if we don't complete the disbursement, these countries are not likely, or these projects are not likely to be completed. So it was a decision in the right direction, that we should continue to engage them on ongoing projects and also support infrastructure projects. Remember that whether they live or not, we're talking about economic issues. We are economically integrated. Politically we may not be integrated, but economically we are integrated, because the same West Africa. And so there are some projects that we may start for Burkina that will also have an impact in another country. For example, if you talk about roads, we have recently financed a road that is Kano Maradi, and that even goes to Niger. So a project in a particular country may also affect another country, and therefore the reason I said that we are economically integrated, and therefore the heads of state and government of ECOWAS have taken a very soft position on this matter. And then I believe that the recommendation I spoke about from the Council of Ministers is something that will be approved by the heads of state, that will continue to engage the AES countries, work with them, complete projects, and also strengthen our relationship with them, whilst I believe the heads of state will consider these political issues, which I believe will be resolved in due course. So that we'll be working with clients to understand their needs, as it's crucial, and also providing the financing to these clients to enable them to actualize their projects with the aim of improving the lives of the people of the ECOWAS region. We have also financed integrated infrastructure projects, agro-processing, and social projects. These have brought relief to our citizens, and through our intervention we have also created jobs, improved healthcare provision, supported education, helped to reduce gender inequity, reduce poverty, and deepen regional integration. The bank stands for these activities, and will continue to do that to improve the lives of the people. That is our mandate, and we are committed to ensuring that we fulfill this mandate.